Welcome to Style by Marvellgreg Creative Minds, and today's project I'll quickly be showing you how to come about this beautiful silk dress skirt that you see here. You can make use of any fabric of your choice, and you can either decide to do it long or short, and I'm quickly going to be showing you how to come about this. Don't forget to subscribe if you're yet to do so. So the first step is to go ahead and fold our fabric. So we're going to be folding it in a bias form. I'm also going to be illustrating this for you on a paper so you can also see clearly and also understand what I'm doing here. So first of all, I'm folding it like this, like in a kind of bias kind of shape. I'm not folding it straight, and I'm cutting the front and the back together. So for instance, let's assume this is my fabric straight, so I'll fold it this way, just like I'm doing here, demonstrating. You can see how it's looking. Then because I'm cutting front and back together, I'll fold it again the same way I fold the first one. So I'm going to do it again. So I fold it first like this, then I'll fold it again like so, just like I did on this paper. That's what I'm trying to do on my fabric. So I'm using a soft silk material and it moves a lot, so I'm just going to go ahead and pin this after folding for the first part. So I'll pin it appropriately, just the way I'm doing here. Then I'm going to go ahead and fold it again the second time. So after folding it again the second time, just like I illustrated on the white paper, I'll go ahead and pin it down so my fabric stays in place, because this fabric moves a lot. After doing this, go ahead and give your fabric a very good press so as to make it lay very flat before marking your points on your fabric. So ensure that you adjust it properly, just the way I'm adjusting mine. And after doing that, we'll begin marking. So the waistline I'm working with is about 36 inches. So I'm going to be getting my round waist measurement divided by 4, and I'm going to be adding extra 1 inches for allowance. I'm just going to be including 1 inch for all the allowance of the skirt. So I will mark where my 9 inches is, when I'm going to be able to get 9 inches. That is where I'm marking right now. I've measured it and I was able to get 9 inches and half at that point. Then from there I went down by 10 inches. 10 inches is the hip line I'm working with for this skirt. So you can go ahead and mark yours. Yours might be more or even less. So I'll go ahead and connect my dots like so using my free hand. You can go ahead and use your ruler for this. So from that, my big starting point, I'm going to mark the length of my skirt. So I'm doing 29 inches for the length of the skirt. You can do more if you want yours longer. This is the point where you should mark the full length of the skirt you want. So I'm doing 29 inches and I'm going to be marking it all the way. So for the hemline, I'm not folding the hemline of the skirt. I'm going to be weaving the edges. So if you are not weaving yours, go ahead and add extra 1 inches or 0.7 inches for the folding. Then for my hip line, I came down again by 10 inches. This 10 inches is to enable me curve my skirt, give it that curvy look at that point. So at my waistline, I marked my waist measurement divided by 4 and I marked it there. Then I adjusted my fabric because I realized it was moving again even after I've pinned it. I adjusted it, then I marked extra 1 inches for hemming allowance. So after marking it, I decided to just include my stitching allowance of 1 inch. Like I said, I'm adding just 1 inch stitching allowance for all my skirts. Then at my hip line, I marked my round hip measurement divided by 4 and I marked extra 1 inch. That is total of 12 inches that I have at my hip line. So what I have at my hip line, I took out half inches. So for instance, I had 12 inches at my hip line, and at that point I marked 20 inches. I went ahead to mark 11.5 inches like so. So after doing that, you can see how curvy it's looking now. So that's how I'm going to go ahead and curve it, and I'll curve it all the way down. So for the length of my skirt, I did 16 inches. So 16 inches wide plus 1 inches, that gave me 17 inches. That's for the hemline wideness for my skirt. So because I don't want this skirt to be so straight, so at that point I went up by 0.5 inches and I went ahead to curve it like so, all the way to blend with my main line, and I went ahead to cut out. So I'll quickly just cut out for my skirt. And after cutting out for your skirt, I'll advise that after opening your skirt, go ahead and also take your main measurement again before joining the sides, because after opening it up, I realized that the waistline was a bit wide, so I went ahead to measure and I had about extra 0.7 inches there, and I took it out. Then I went ahead to join the sides of my skirt. So I'm going to be including a zipper at this side, so I'm going to mark where my zipper is going to stop, and after doing that, I'll go ahead and close up my sides and I will include my zipper, and I'll come back to show you the next step. So after closing my sides, I also went ahead to include my zipper, and next now is to go ahead and close the waistline. I'll take out any excess I have there. So next is to go ahead and close the waistline. So for your waistline, you can go ahead and cut out an interfacing and also include stay on your interfacing. So but for me, I wanted to experiment with a bias, so I'm going to be using my bias tape to close the waist area, and I'm going to be showing you this on the machine because we're going to be doing this together. So like I said, the down part of this dress, this skirt, I'm going to be weaving it. So this is my bias tape. Like I said, you can also go ahead and use your silk material. Ensure that you also iron close stay on it to give it strength. So just pay attention to how I'm closing it with the bias, and it really came out very nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and stitch this on the right side first. So I'm stitching it on the right side first all the way to the other side. If you observe, when I was doing it from the beginning, I folded the bias into two. That's to enable it give the zipper parts a neat outcome. So you can see what I'm trying to explain. So I'll just cut it out and fold the 1.5 inches in, and I'll go ahead and tight stitch on it just like I'm doing here. So next, now I've sewn it on the right side, so now I'm going to bend my bias to the wrong side like I'm doing here. So at this point, ensure that as you're stitching, you top stitch it neatly. So I'll fold it to ensure that it sits properly. So if it does not sit properly, it's not going to give you a neat outcome. It's just the same way you include your interfacing to your dress. You can see how neat it's looking. So I'm just going to go ahead and stitch this all the way to the other side, and I'll go ahead and top stitch on it. And that's basically it for this tutorial. Like I said, this was more like the first time I'm using a bias to close a waistline with a zipper, and it actually came out really nice because it's a silk skirt, and I didn't want the waist area to be too bulky, and it really came out nicely. After doing this, I'm going to give it a good press, and I'll go ahead and weave the down part of my skirt, and that's basically it for this tutorial. So you can go ahead and fold yours using 0.5 inches like I'm demonstrating here, and it's still going to come out nice. I hope you learned something. Thank you so much for watching. This is how mine looked like by the time I was done. You can pair your silk skirt with any top of your choice. Thank you for watching. Bye.